Hey, I'm Kirill Brehidny from Russian Legion, and we are in Moscow City at the best indoors place to play paintball all over Europe and probably America too. It is called Paintball Palace Arena. And I got in my hands finally the custom Russian Legion M3. We're very excited to have these guns for the whole team because actually the M3s came out like 2 months ago. But since the Russian Legion model was a limited edition model and it's really complicated to produce those things, we received them pretty late. But we finally got them in Atlantic City and in London. We're all going to be playing with these guns. But it's really important to make the unpacking of the M3. So it's pretty interesting package because it contains the gun box, some additional box over here, and the overall kind of paper that is taken together, both of those pieces. This thing itself is pretty cool and nice to touch. If I'm going to compare it, I would compare it with the packing from the Apple. It's pretty shiny, it's interesting, and I must tell you that it's really, I wouldn't throw this thing away easily. Yeah, I would think twice, even 3 times if I seriously need to throw this packing away because it's so cool and quality made. And the first box that we're taking out from this package is the super cool feature that only Die Company is having right now in the world of paintball. This thing came like 2 years ago probably with the latest model of the M2. It started to call the M2 the Moss Air system. This is the coolest tack mat together with the wireless charger. Can you imagine that? It's super cool. So right now you don't need to unscrew like many screws on the grip, on the back grip of your gun, take out the battery. Right now, all what you need to do just to clean your gun and put it on the mat. It's super fantastic feature. Die has decided to keep it up and put this into the new model too. So the new model, the M3s, is wireless charged. Okay, and finally we got the box. It's made of the pretty interesting material. It's not gonna be dirty. It's really easy to clean this thing. We got like a huge sticker over here saying that it is the M3s. Why it is called the M3? Yeah, because you know that Die came back in 2003 with the new Matrix gun. Before that, it was not owned by Die. It was owned by another company, designed and produced, but then Die bought the rights and started to produce the Matrix. Yeah, so you remember that every year since 2003, the Die company was producing the new M series. So in the beginning it was the M3, then it was M03, then it was M04, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and every year guys were trying to produce something new, probably because the that was the production revolution back in those days, and companies got the chance to make their guns better every year. But right now we are kind of on the top of this evolution ladder, and the majority of the technologies already invented, already installed. So right now there is no need to produce a new gun every year. So this actually helps the customers to have the value in the new gun that they have bought. So it means that the next year, the gun that you have bought today is not going to be super cheap. So we have the 3rd generation of the modern Matrix, because all the previous generations from 2003 till the M2 were the 1st generation, that was the 2nd generation of the M2, and now we have the 3rd generation of the Matrixes that Die Company are producing for so many years, more than 15 years. It's crazy, it's amazing. The only question is about the S letter over here, yeah? But we're gonna talk about this later after I do the unpacking and gonna tell you what I think about this gun. So there is a zipper to open this box, and the first thing that we see is the new Ultralight Barrel. So we're going to talk about the barrel tip first of all. When you look at it, it looks like it's a all at one piece. It's kind of flat, yeah? But when you come closer and look at this barrel tip closer, you're gonna see that still In the very end of the barrel, it's a little bit bigger. Yeah. Why Dye decided to make such kind of a feature? Because you remember how Dye become the most famous and popular company by making barrels, and remember, all of their barrels are having this little fatter part in the very end. So that's why traditionally company decided to cut off all the metal, all not needed metal from this gun. It's actually from this piece, I mean, it's really light, and all at the same time, design-wise, it still has the same features that all previous generations of the barrels got before that. What different also over here is the holes. They have a different shape over here. There's one hole over here in the very beginning of the barrel tip, and then they're going with the distance in between them for some reason. And I heard like a fantastic story, and probably that's the truth because I already shot with the M3 like 2 tournaments in a row, that it gives it actually confuses the opponent. So this barrel sounds like you very far, but you can be next bunker to your opponent. That's the feature that the designers and the producers decided to put into this barrel, and so far it looks like it's really working. Yeah, once again, it confuses your opponent with the sound that this barrel is making. So there is a barrel tip. It has the custom PGA, the Russian Legion PGA on it. It's super cool, but probably there is nothing more else to say about the barrel tip. Let's go to barrel back parts. Traditionally, Dye is supplying their new guns with 2 barrel backs. They are of standard sizes, 6.84 for the practice paint, because you know that the practice paint is usually smaller. And the bigger one, it's 6.88. It has no numbers on it, but you're supposed to remember and know that it is 6.88. What these pieces are most cool about? Of course, they're cool about the Russian Legion milling on them. There is no PGA, it's milling, and we're super proud to finally got this chance of having the name of our company, of our team, of our club at one of the most legendary barrels around the world. So as you can see, there is our logo over here and Russian Legion name. On the opposite side, it's Dye as usual, but guys, it's one of the coolest features that modern production can do for your gun, because remember back in those days, like 2006, 2005, all companies were trying to make a custom guns with milling. Yeah, back in those days, guns were fat, they were big, there was a lot of metal on them. That's why machines can do that easy. Today, guns are very sleek, very small, and it's really hard to make any extra machining on them, extra milling. That's why that was a nice place to make a milling directly on the barrel back parts. It's amazing, that's very cool, we're really proud. So, another part of the packaging is the USB part. We got the wire over here, with which you can easily connect your gun directly to the USB charger. It can be in your computer, it can be in your car, it can be everywhere. And all at the same time, we have a special setup by which you can connect the memory card to your gun. Yeah, so you plug it with the USB wire, and then another part you put into the gun, and finally you can upload some materials from your USB card, from the flash card, I mean, on your gun. The flash card, it's another cool feature from the Dye. As you can see, it's for the M3s. It's metallic, it's small, it has the size of the standard credit card. It contains the total manual about the gun, and all at the same time, you can upload over here the pictures that you can download onto your gun to be a screensaver and to customize your gun even more than it is customized right now. Besides that, I love to have such kind of a memory card in my wallet because it's small, it's like a credit card, and you can always download something or upload from this card. Under the card, we got a box with spare parts, and the M3s still contains all the features from the previous models, because back in 2009 probably, Dye has finally started to help the gun owners with replacing the O-rings, because usually when you need to replace the O-ring number 14 and you're not familiar with that, it's super hard. But over here, if you need to replace some O-ring, you need to know the color. So if the O-ring red is bad, you can easily find the red O-ring and put it where this ring is supposed to stay at. So the color system is perfect, it's great, it's working, and it helps the once again the gun user a lot. We are coming closer to the gun probably. Next free feature that Dye is giving you is a barrel plaque. We got the first paper over here, and this is the a guarantee paper, which is saying the serial number of your gun and the color of your gun and the specifics of your gun. So with this certificate, if something is wrong with your gun, but usually there is nothing wrong with your gun, but just in case if something is wrong, you're pretty much covered, and company is going to replace, rebuild, fix, help you out for free after you buy this gun. Don't throw this away. Only with this thing you're gonna have the coverage all around the world. Remember. Next cool feature is not a simple paper, it's a laminated paper, kind of plastic one, and it explains over here pretty quick what actually O-rings are standing at the new bolt kit, at which positions, how many of those. It explains you how you can turn on or turn off the velocity on your gun, and it explains really quick how you can operate with your board, because these guns are having only one button, and actually you need to know how to operate with this button pretty quick. Here's another reminder on another side of this gun. It's actually about all the rest of the features, and mainly it's about the electronic features of your gun. It explains you what screens you open, what it means over there. It explains you how you can easily charge your gun without placing it onto the charging mat. So it's a pretty easy, pretty short, pretty quick thing to remember about your gun, yeah? Once again, don't throw this thing away. It's pretty cool to put it onto your working table, under the glass onto your working table. It's always in your side, you can always find it, and if something is going wrong with the gun or you forgot something, you can easily take it out without going into full manual on your card. You got like the shortcut of the manual over here. Nice piece of a product, pretty useful, and you're gonna thanks Dye for making these things for you. And we're finally coming to the gun part. Yeah, as you can see, there is a cool mini wall in between the barrel part and the gun part. It is specially designed and made over here to prevent the metal scratch the metal. So your gun in this case is always going to be safe, and there will be no extra scratches or some stupid damage on it. So what do we have over here? We have lube. It's pretty renewed. It's kind of, it feels different from the original M2 lube that you've got, but it's enough over here for sure. It's gonna be, it can last for half a year, in the way how Russian Legion is playing paintball like every day. Yeah, for you it's gonna be like year and a half, no problem. And we got tool set over here. It's also pretty standard for all matrices. Dye keeps selling this part together with their guns. It's cool because it doesn't have only the keys, yeah, it also has like some bottle openers, it has like some screwdrivers, it has like these things, yeah, and it has the small knife too. So it's pretty much the Leatherman from paintball world, yeah. Having this tool in your pocket, you're not gonna be surprised with any parts, with any troubles that are happening to your paintball gear and your equipment. You can always solve all of those parts with this small, cool tool set that Dye keeps putting into their guns. And we're finally taking out the M3s Russian Legion custom model.